Hello and welcome to this week's short video tutorial. This match was selected in the top 50 brevities. It was published in 2009, I suppose. This match was played in 2009 on the 36th of April. Red was Grandmaster Zhao Xinxin and black was Grandmaster Xu Yinchuan. Both are some of the hottest players today, and they are still making waves in the Xiangqi world. So without further ado, let us start the game. Grandmaster Zhao started with the central cannon, and he chose the third pawn advancement variation, while black chose the screenhouse defense. Black countered with the third pawn advancement, and red chose to play the edge horse. Black chose to play another very commonly played opening line. Red continued with the 5-7 cannons, and black countered with the external rib horse to prevent this chariot from being developed. And black was forced to develop his left chariot as a ranked chariot, fortifying the defense. And at this point in time, red chose to play h3 plus 4, which is one of the complicated variations in this situation. Another would be r9 equals to 6, which is more commonly seen, and this would lead to even more complicated positions. Black would usually counter with r1 plus 3 to protect the central pawn. Red will start attacking, trading chariots, and at this point, red would have two choices, c7 minus 1 or h3 plus 4 as commonly played variations. If c7 minus 1 were played, black would usually fortify his defenses. Red would attack from the center. And this would be another very complicated situation whereby both colors would now be poised to attack one of the flanks. As for h3 plus 4, this will lead to even more complicated variations. Attacking the central pawn. And black can be satisfied with this outcome. These were the moves that were played when Grandmaster Wang Yang took on Grandmaster Xu Yinchuan as black, also in 2009. There are still many more sub-variations which I shan't go through them at this point in time. Please feel free to go to the relevant boards on the website. Thank you. Sorry. In the match, black chose to play r1 plus 3 to protect the central pawn, and this is another very commonly played variation. Another option would be a4 plus 5, again leading to many complicated variations as can be seen in the move list over here. So I shall go over all of them, but we can see that black will still be able to put up a fight. The cannon will be attacking the chariot. Back to the game. In this match, Grandmaster Zhao, who is known for his very aggressive style, chose to play r2 plus 6 to attack. Now there are two other variations that are commonly played. One will be r9 equals to 6. Black will continue to push his horse across the river, and red would simply choose to sacrifice his cannon. Pseudo sacrifice, counter capturing the horse, and red would enjoy a slight advantage, but black would have a very playable game. Another option will be c5 equals to 3 to dislodge the central cannon and start attacking the horse on this file. Again, this is another very complicated variation, and it will usually lead to a very drawish endgame. So this is a very complicated opening system, which is beyond the context of such a short video. So far all these moves are considered to be orthodox, and instead of r9 plus 6, red chose to attack with r2 plus 6, giving black the chance to play r1 equals to 4 to control this rib file. And because black had controlled this rook file, black would usually use his rank chariot to control this rook file. Now, at this point in time, black retreated his cannon. The main idea was to get this cannon over to this flank so that he could concentrate his attack on this side of the board. Now, this was quite a novelty at the time, and in the past, R2, H2 plus 1 was played, but red would simply capture the pawn. And red would have the initiative after getting both the pawns across the river. So this were the moves that were played when Grandmaster Zhang Chuan, who took red, drew against Master Dang Fei, who took black. So the C8 minus 1 would seem to be the move, the counter that would pack the most punch. And red captured the pawn. This would apply pressure on black's right flank immediately, and is considered to be the correct move or the sound move to make in this situation. H4 plus 3 to attack the pawn would not be a good idea because black would immediately traverse his cannon to this side of the board and offer a trade-off material. So after trading material, black will still be able to put up a fight, and the pressure is mounting very quickly on this side of the board. So C7 plus 3 is now usually recommended. And in this match, black chose to offer a trade of chariots by moving his cannon to this side of the board. This was considered to be a novelty at the time. As in the past, black would often play c8 equals to 6 to offer a trade of chariots in this manner. After trading chariots, black would play c6 equals to 3, and black can also consider h8 plus 7, and there will be more complicated situations that ensue. This will be very demanding for both colors. So far so good, and the match c8 equals to 1 was played, and these were all considered standard orthodox moves. So red decided to accept the chariot exchange, retreating the horse, and Grandmaster Zhao Xinxin, being the aggressive player that he was, decided to attack the central pawn in a very aggressive display. And he retreated the cannon to move it out of safety and chose to attack the black horse. Black countered in this manner. This would be a pseudo sacrifice because if the cannon captured, the black chariot could move over here and capture the red cannon. And red tries to sacrifice the pawn to lure the black chariot to leave the rook file. Black continues with this attack, and this is a very versatile play by red because after the black horse had moved away, red traversed the chariot and to attack this flank. Now this was at this point in time, black chose to play c2 equals to 4 as counter. Now this would not be as good, and post-mortem analysis would have suggested that black could have played c2 plus 2 to trade material. So because an opening was now given by black, red chose to attack mercilessly. A check, and red retreated his cannon to protect the horse, and black chose to attack in this manner by capturing the pawn and threatening to go for the pale corner horse checkmate. Defending against the pale corner horse, and black chose to play r4 plus 1, hoping to play r4 equals to 5 on the next move to take control of the central file. But red would have none of it and chose to advance his horse in this manner. This horse will now be protected by the cannon, and even if black captured the central pawn, this cannon would now be protected by the horse. And black chose to move his horse away so that the horse would not be protected anymore. And red chose to sacrifice the horse. Now this is a very fierce and powerful attack. The main idea would be that red could go for the pale corner horse attack. There are also other possibilities like c7 equals to 3 to attack the elephant, to go for the spotted cannon checkmate. And black countered with h8 plus 7. Now one might wonder what would happen if black chose to accept a red sacrifice. c7 equals to 3 as mentioned before, threatening to go for the spotted cannon checkmate. Black would be forced to counter-sacrifice material. And at this point in time, red would simply capture the central elephant for the rapid win, because if the black elephant captured the horse, this would be immediate checkmate. If the advisor cannot move, or the king will be under check, so if black captured the cannon, this will be an immediate checkmate. So as can be seen, that is why r4 equals to 3 to capture the red sacrifice was not viable. And since black chose to counter offer a horse as a sacrifice, red decided to attack this file. Now post-mortem analysis would have showed that c7 equals to 5 would have offered even more potent attack. But there weren't any moves that were given in the article. Now black chose to advance his cannon to protect the horse. Now instead, as will be seen later on, this horse will be a very powerful entity, and instead post-mortem analysis showed that black should have retreated his chariot to his pawn rank and trade horses in this manner, and black would have been safe for the time being. And because this move was played, black immediately played c3 equals to 5 to attack the central file, preparing to capture the elephant by force. And with this move, black cannot capture the central pawn anymore because the cannon will now also be guarding against it, also be guarding the pawn. So black retreated his chariot to protect the elephant, and red chose to consolidate his defense. Black tried to hem in the red chariot, but at this point in time, red offers another horse as a sacrifice, threatening to in a very bold and daring attack. Now this was the key move. The red horse would now advance, and now red will still be threatening to capture the central elephant by force. And at this point in time, red would continue with r8 equals to 7, followed by h6 equals to 8 to gain a winning position. So that is why black resigned. So a few more moves. What happened if black played h1 plus 3, and this would be the move that was suggested. So red would now be prepared to play h6 equals to 8 to threaten the chariot, and also capture the central elephant as planned. So for beginners, let's say black tried to move his horse to safety. That would now threaten to capture the chariot if the black horse blocked, it will be captured by the red. It will be captured by the red chariot. So if black moved here, again, red will go for the checkmate in this manner. If the elephant captured, this will be a checkmate. If it did not, this horse will go for the elbow horse attack, and it will be also another checkmate. So that is why black resigned at this point in time. So Grandmaster Zhao is known for his very aggressive games, which are very entertaining. One of the most entertaining Xiangqi players, in my humble opinion, in this modern day period. So I hope you have enjoyed this short brevity. So a short recap: central cannon, third pawn advancement, 5-7 cannons, and black will play the external rib horse variation, rank chariot, and black could also protect the central pawn in this manner. Now, so far so good. By retreating the cannon, this was a novelty, which was supposed to have worked, which packs a very strong counter punch, but unfortunately black did not play correctly towards the end of the game, and red continued to attack the pawn, trading chariots, attacking the central pawn, retreating the central cannon to attack the horse, advancing the chariot, and a pawn sacrifice for trying to dislodge this chariot away from the rib file so that the red can control the rib file later on. A questionable move. As can be seen, black would have been better off trading cannons. Check. And another brilliant move. The horse would advance and protect and be protected. 3+1, and the other horse will now gallop into action and threatening to attack the elephant. As can be seen just now, c7 equals to 5 to directly attack the elephant would have been a better attacking move that wouldn't give black any chance of a reprieve. Finally, the cannons are in place. Black is forced to defend. And by this move, it was already too late. So I hope you have enjoyed this week's short video tutorial. I've been a little bit busy at work recently, and I'll try to do more in the near future. Thank you. And if you like the work that I've been doing, please give me a like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.